Part 3, timelines, frequencies. Here we go, timeline hopping. One of my favorite concepts about the way to navigate this construct of time and space and form is timeline hopping, which in my reality is created. We'll just talk about, there's many ways to do this, but we're going to talk about creating this through ceremony and ritual. And got my salvia here, and as I talked about at one point, the way we perceive time is very human, bless us, very, very human. But we have so many portals to step outside of our narrow way of understanding time. And ceremony and ritual are some of them. And working with our allies, the plants, they are clearly existing in a different timeline because their frequency, as we talked about, timeline is actually frequency. What's amazing about plants is their frequency, except for the ones that have been harvested and harnessed, maybe the big plants, the psychedelics, but the rest of the plants have been able to maintain their frequency through thousands of human generations. The salvia, the purpose, the things that the salvia does, disinfect, clean, change spiritual energies, change physical energies, it's been doing the same thing for a long time. So when we want to hop time, now why would we want to hop time? Because we might be able to draw in some strengths and wisdom and memories that are stored in our DNA, that are stored in our Akashic memory, or we are able to receive. The reason we practice ceremony and ritual, because in truth, these are the 3 rules of ceremony. You show up with your heart. You step outside of time. And there's a frequency change. Step out of time, be in your heart, and there's a frequency change. So the beauty of this is you can come in with no need to heal, no need to research. You just are simply sort of entering into the zone where you want to hop into another frequency. So hopping into another frequency in this humble, open-hearted, outside of time, because that's one of the ways to shift our frequency, to snap back, is to snap out of time, with our meditation. And when you go into ceremony, and particularly ceremony that is sort of spontaneous in the moment, ritual can be too, unless you're following a predictated program, you might not get into that timeless zone. But to step into the timeless zone and be in communication with animal spirits, deities who are in service to our pathway here, who have been around for a very long linear time, in a timeless place, the astral, the cosmic fields outside of time, but they've been kind of participating and waiting to step into our human game. This is a sort of hopping. You travel through ceremony and ritual with deities, angelic realms, the animals, the plant spirits, your star kin, and you start to work with those beings or consciousness in that place. You enter outside of time and you are timeline hopping, and then you come back into your reality and you have kind of hopped out of time and hopped back in, and hopefully if you're conscious, you will bring that wisdom with you, and you will use it again and again, and you'll follow those pathways again and again to timeline hop. So it's one of those sweet places. It's one of those sweet places. All right, love you so much. More later, maybe. Jump in and tell me what you know. This is a collective conversation. There's a lot of wisdom out there. Mwah.